Hi everyone, this is Balazs from RacingBrick. The Speed Champions team has surprised us with 2 additional sets for August 2024. I will review the first today, the 76934 Ferrari F40. The recent news puts this set and the whole range for 2024 in a new light. If you haven't seen my long interview with Chris Stamp, I recommend you check it out. But to make a long story short, he's no longer running the Speed Champions team and instead taking charge of LEGO City. Will we notice the consequences of his absence in this year's sets? We will see. The F40 and the NASCAR Camaro are interesting choice for August, as they were both released in the 6-stud era. Actually, they were the last in that series. For the Ferrari, that also means that this is the 3rd LEGO version we are getting. Okay, well, the 4th if we count this thing here. I both have the Creator Expert and the 6-stud White Speed Champions builds here. It will be interesting to compare them with the new model. On the box, we see the car driving on a panoramic road with a nice town in the background. I couldn't identify the exact location. If you have an idea, let me know in the comments. The back has a more serious design than usual. A massive F40 logo can be seen behind the car, and there's the real Ferrari on the right, with a close-up of the transparent engine cover. Let's open the box. The set has 318 pieces, the price is €27 or dollars, and it will be available from the 1st of August. The set can be pre-ordered already in some countries. You can find the link below where you can also check your local prices. The box was pretty stuffed. There are 4 numbered plastic bags inside, an unnumbered one with the rims, a separate vehicle base, the manual and the sticker sheet. Here's the parts list from the instructions if you are interested. Now let's start building. We'll begin with one of the axles and a few specialized pieces. This seems to be a pretty tricky attachment method. We'll add a few smaller details, like the handbrake or the gear shifter. And the whole black 2x4 brick, wow! These are the first stickered pieces of the set. The rear axle is also in place now, and here's another interesting slot connection. A few more parts besides the wheel arches, end of bag 1. Here's a nice Italian reference with the color choice, but could be Hungarian as well. We have proper brick-built seats, that's pretty cool. This assembly is built on a 1x6 plate that has a printed stripe on the side, and it becomes the iconic air scoop, and the mounting method is quite unique here. Oh man, well, I hope we do something with that hole in the future. That's the representation of the engine, I think. On the sides we have a whole bunch of stickered tiles, and here comes the transparent engine cover. This is why we love Speed Champions, because the sets show us how you can use tiny brackets and other modified parts to create very specific and unique shapes with some unusual connections. The engine cover is finished with these printed slopes, end of bag 2. So now it gets really interesting. Apparently the side panels will be slanted and these robot arms will hold them in place. This stickered tile will be added to cover the robot arm. We'll see how stable it will be at the end. Construction continues at the front, and we have installed half of the pop-up headlights, but unfortunately they are just stickers. Here comes another strange part. These pieces are used to hold these brackets with hollow studs. These are the actual headlights on these brackets, and we have more small printed elements to add detail to the front. And then I have to put a sticker on the printed element. Come on. This is the build at the end of bag 3. We fill the gap on the hood, and then comes the lower part of the stickered pop-up headlights. The missing segment of the nose with the Ferrari badge is fortunately a print again. An impressively complicated assembly for the rear with small details like the triple exhaust, and it's attached to the body with studs on both sides, which is pretty cool. Even more surprising printed details, the edge of this tile, and also the center of the transparent pieces for the rear lights. The rear wing is fairly simple, and here's another cool trick. Using this piece with the clip, we can hide the element that holds the taillights. Here's a red flag for the bottom, then the printed windshield and red spoons for the rear view mirrors. The wheels are the older style, we need to assemble them and have separate wheel covers, and now we are done. So here is our finished model, and yes, it is definitely a nice and proportional Ferrari F40. If we put it next to the other two, it's much closer in detail to the Creator Expert version than the old Speed Champions one. There are some great details, but also some less fortunate ones. Let's start with the positive. A small detail, but I really like how the distinctive black line around the car is depicted. Some sections are printed, smaller segments have stickers, and the rear part is brick built. The angle of the door section looks cool from above, plus I like the air intakes on the hood. The spoons may not be quite proportional, but it's a nice idea. The rear also looks good with the printed lights and the triple exhaust. It's a well-made section. The clear engine cover is already going to raise some questions. The transparent louvers on the original are kind of shown on the sides, but we get a clear flat cover over the engine. That's a compromise I can live with. The support for the rear wing is a bit fat, but at least the curvature is there. Here's the minifigure, a pretty simple design, but at least we get a new Ferrari branded sweater. And now to the problems. The side air intake looks great from many angles, but when you look at the car from the side, you realize that you can see through them. That looks very strange. I understand the lack of space in the interior. With the angled doors, it's already a challenge to put a minifigure in the seat. The gear shifter is closed, the door is closed, that's the best position we can get. There's literally no room behind the door to cover the gap. Still, it looks very weird from this perspective. I respect the effort made to brick build it instead of using a sticker or print, but I'm sure some people won't accept this compromise so easily. The same goes for the front headlights, or rather the lack of headlights. The shaping is great, the large black area in front of the headlights is pretty accurate, but the lack of a cover makes them look weird. I don't think there is an easily achievable and more accurate solution here. You could put transparent cheese slopes here, but then you have to make the nose wider to fit and you won't really see the lights behind them. The stickers for the pop-up headlights distributed on different elements are also strange, and it's a challenge to align the stickers perfectly at all. Then we have the printed windshield, which makes the side windows look very small when viewed from a low angle. This is definitely the angle you want to avoid when displaying the car. I was a bit worried about the stability of this part during the build, but to be honest, it's not that bad. It's much easier to knock the mirrors off. So yes, this set is really a mixed bag. There are some great and clever building techniques used, some nice details and good angles, but there are also some that should be avoided and some details that will divide opinion. I still like these three together. Actually, I would like to see LEGO remake some classic Creator Expert cars with the wide variety of parts available today. I would also love to see a new F40 in this scale. So folks, let me know what you think of this set, which parts you like, which you don't, whether you will buy it or not. Let's talk about it in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video, then please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe with notifications, as there will be more exciting LEGO videos coming soon. See you next time, bye bye.